Alrighty guys, in today's video we're going to be having an in-depth look at the stroke feature within FlexiPRINT. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Otherwise, we're into the program here. Now, like I mentioned in today's video, we're going to be looking at the or more in depth at the actual strokes. So what I've got over here, I've got a basic square stroke and a path stroke, just so you can see the variation on both of them. Now, I have grouped these together, so if I change one, they both will change. So in case you're wondering what's happening, that would make a little bit more sense to so you know why it's actually affecting both. But in any case, so now if we had to go, I'm going to select this, make sure our fill and stroke editor is open, otherwise it's pointless going to the into depth with this fill and stroke, or the actual stroke. And to locate it, we can go here on our main toolbar, second icon next to the undo and redo buttons, and that will be our fill and stroke. And as you can see, the hotkey for that is I. So now what I'm going to do on our actual fill and stroke editor, I'm going to go to the second tab, which is our stroke. And here we have a variation of options to look at. We already briefly covered some of these, but now we're going to go into more depth. So first of all, here we've got our stroke style. So this is the area where you're going to decide what does your actual stroke look like. Is it little, this can be great if you want to make an area for, let's say you want to cut this out so you can nicely show where, there's many different variations of these that you can do. As you can see here, we've got some interesting ones to choose from. Now right at the bottom of this, you'll see there's also one called edit. Now if I had to click this, we'll open up a dialog box, and then we can choose how we want to change this. Now it will use the last one you were selected when you edit, but what I'm going to do is quickly just run through these settings so you can get an idea of what's what, and then we will try use that. So now over here we've got, as you can see, a dash, gap, dash, gap, dash, gap. So there's 6 of these values, and what happens is once it gets to the last one, it's going to repeat back to the first one. So what this allows us to do is we can set the size or the length of a dash, then how big is the gap, then a dash, then a gap, then a dash. So if we had to make all these equal, let's say we go let's go 1 1 1 1 1 1. There we go, and I can say update. Then on top here you should see it update. So now we can see this is currently what our stroke is going to be looking like. It is just the classic, almost like the marching ants, the layout. Then what we can do is, let's say we make our gaps bigger. I'm going to go about 3, 3, 3. Click update, and now we can see we've got a bigger gap between. So this is great if you want to make custom setups. Now obviously you can also make this more asymmetrical in the sense of it's not where currently we have equal dashes and equal gaps. Now let's say I make the first gap 1, make this one 4, and then make this one 1 again. So now one of these gaps is going to be not equal to the rest. So if I go update, now we can see we've got a little triplets here, space, again, space, again. Now likewise, we can do the same with our dashes. So let's take the middle one as well, make this also 4, go update. Now you see we've got, okay, that was not the middle one. So the middle one would be probably the first one. But in any case, so there we can see we've got a unique stroke arriving here. Now if you've set up something that you like, you can obviously just go add, and then we should be able to choose it here from the list. So we can actually get that. But I'm just going to leave this for now at the stock standard, which is the basic one. Then our next option here, we've got the actual size of the, or width of the stroke. So if we adjust this, you'll see our actual stroke changing there to a different width. Then under that, we've got the meter limit, and then we've got our color. So under the color, we can obviously go just select all standard stuff there. Then to the right of that, we've got our joint type. It's not zoom that close. So now if I had to click this, you can see at the moment our edges here is nice and square. Now the top one here, we can make it kind of like a bevel, so it's a cutaway on the edges. Now keep in mind this will only be in corners, so it's not affected with the end caps. So then the last one we have is round, and now we've got a nice round smooth corners there. And to the right of that, now we have our actual cap types. So the default, it is set to, on the node, it's going to make a gap. As you can see there, it's only with the starting one, so to see the end one will be round. So it's kind of like the open starting gap. This is how it'll be looking. Then we have another one which is similar to the one, but instead of starting on the node, it's going to have a kind of equal spacing around it. So now you can see it's closed it off nicely around, with equal spacing around this one. And then the last one we have here is the actual round one, which is the middle one. If we click this, you can see it rounds off our beginning, so it looks similar to the end one. But yeah, then we can go here and clear the transform, and then we also have this one, which is a transform with object. So what happens is, if this is deselected, and then let's say we scale this object, then you will see the stroke will stay the same size. Now if I had to select this on and I scale the object, and then the stroke will increase as the object increases. So it's a handy one to know, because it can be confusing sometimes when you set your stroke to something, you scale your object down, and next thing your stroke's also smaller. So now you know where you can adjust that. But yeah, otherwise that is the in-depth on the stroke. In the meanwhile though, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the me form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.